Today, my friends and I will be talking about Penicillium chrysogenum for our BIO320 presentation. This is our team. That starts with me, Nofara Jamimah binti Abdul Nasir, and my friends, Puteri Nofarisha binti Megat Ghazali, Dania Uzma binti Nurizan, and Nur Hazirah binti Jamal Abdul Nasir. This is the taxonomy description. For the kingdom, it belongs to the kingdom of fungi, phylum of Ascomycota, class of Urotheomycetes, order of Urotheales, family of Aspergillacea, genus Penicillium, species Chrysogenum, therefore it gets its name. So Penicillium chrysogenum is best known for its ability to produce penicillin, which is a widely used antibiotics. The fungus has a distinctive bluish-green color due to its conidia. It reproduces asexually through the formation of conidiospores, which are produced in chains on specialized structure called conidiophores.
I will be presenting about the habitat of Penicillium chrysogenum. Penicillium chrysogenum found indoors in areas that are humid, damp, or having damp water. It thrives in areas with high moisture because it requires water to grow and reproduce. It is very common in temperate and subtropical areas, and these climates provide moderate temperatures and sufficient humidity levels, creating an environment conducive to the fungus growth. It is also found in moist soil and degraded forest vegetation, and present in porous floors, compost piles, and areas with fallen leaves and branches. Penicillium chrysogenum grows in stored food and damp building material, hence it is commonly an indoor fungus and found growing on stale bread, grains, cheeses, and in damp, poorly ventilated buildings. It is also can be found on alfalfa leafcutter bees and subglacial ice feeding on sediment-rich basal ice shrubs. On leafcutter bees, it is likely survives on the organic debris or environmental moisture. Next, there are some characteristics of Penicillium chrysogenum that I will be talking about, which include morphology and mode of nutrition. Penicillium chrysogenum reproduces by forming dry chains of spores known as conidia from a thread-like brush-shaped structure known as conidiophore. Microscopically, Penicillium chrysogenum shows typical filamentous hyphae with conidia, and the hyphae are colorless, slender, tubular, branched, and septate hyphae. The hyphae are formed from several threads of mycelium which can get intertwined into a hyphal network, and from the hyphal network, the conidiophores originate as long, thick tubes swelling at the top known as vesicles, and the conidia are long, cottony, or fluffy in texture. Next, the mode of nutrition of Penicillium chrysogenum, which is saprophytic, and it feeds on non-living organic material. It secretes enzymes into the surrounding environment to break down complex organic substances like cellulose and proteins into simpler compounds. Like all fungi, Penicillium chrysogenum is heterotrophic, meaning it cannot produce its own food through photosynthesis. Unlike plants, it relies on organic carbon sources such as sugars and starches from decaying matter. While primarily saprophytic, Penicillium chrysogenum can occasionally exhibit other modes of nutrition, which the first one is parasitic, which in rare cases it may infect fruits or other organic material, obtaining nutrients at the expense of the host. The second one is symbiotic, which it can form mutualistic relationships with other organisms, such as by coexisting in environments like bee nesting material. That's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, now it's my turn to explain about life cycle of Penicillium chrysogenum. Based on the diagram here, Penicillium chrysogenum mainly reproduces asexually, which is a very effective method other than sexual reproduction. Firstly, it begins with structures called conidiophores, producing asexual spores or conidia. These conidia only contain one set of genetic material since they are haploid. Next, the conidia are distributed by water or air after being discharged. They will germinate to produce hyphae when they land in an environment that is conducive to their growth. And then the cycle be continued by the mycelium. Mycelium is a network formed by this hyphae that can generate further conidiophores in the future. So here, Penicillium chrysogenum can be spread quickly and adapt to different habitat thanks to this asexual reproduction. Alright, next we will take a look at the life cycle of sexual reproduction of Penicillium chrysogenum. Alright, here we will take a look the life cycle of sexual reproduction for Penicillium chrysogenum. The combination of two compatible mating types is a more complicated aspect for the sexual life cycle. Initially, two structures, the antheridium and escogonium, converge, which is the escogonium is the female structure and the antheridium is the male structure. Their cytoplasm merges by a process known as plasmogamy, which producing cells with two distinct nuclei in a stage known as dikaryotic. As the dikaryotic cells develop into exogenous hyphae, the nuclei stay paired but not united yet. After that, the nuclei eventually unite to produce a diploid nucleus in karyogamy. Meiosis is initiated instantly in this diploid nucleus, resulting in haploid nuclei. These haploid nuclei are contained within structures known as SC and bundled into spores known as ascospores. A protective fruiting body called crysogenum envelope the SC. The crysogenum releases the ascospores into the environment during maturation, which make the new haploid hyphae are formed when the spores germinate, completing the sexual cycle. This shows that genetic variety depends on the sexual phase, which allows the fungus to evolve new characteristics and adapt to shifting conditions. Now let's move on to the importance of Penicillium chrysogenum in ecosystems and also in economics. So here in ecosystems, it acts as decomposer function, which decomposes organic materials, promoting soil health and nutrient recycling. Also, it's important in biomediation in some Penicillium species, such as Penicillium chrysogenum itself, that break down organic waste in dyes in the environment. And also in antibiotic defense, it will generate organic antibiotics that affect the dynamics of microbial populations. And then we go to the economics importance of the Penicillium chrysogenum. Here is antibiotic production. The source of penicillin, the first widely used as antibiotic in industrial enzymes, it produced utilized in food, textiles and paper industry. Also in biotechnology, it also used in the development of bio-based products and medical research.
Next, we are going to discuss the unique things about the species of Penicillium chrysogenum. Firstly, this species can possess a variety of secondary metabolites and genetic engineering potentials, and there is some of the many secondary metabolites that Penicillium chrysogenum generates, which are the fungus sporins, siderospore, penetric acid, sorbicillinoids, chrysogenins, and chrysogens. Secondly, the unique things about the species was has capable of enduring and adjusting to the extreme instance. For example, there is the certain type of penicillium that are halitolerant microorganisms that can survive in the environment with the presence or without of salt. Thirdly, the species possesses potentials and benefits in the bioremediation field. The Penicillium chrysogenum have the potential in this field because these species have the ability to survive in the saline environments and being resistant to the change in the temperature, pH, and nutrients. And finally, this species can be applied in the production of the pigment biosynthetic. This species was used in the industry for the production of bioactants and also produce the several other secondary metabolites. In conclusions, the taxonomic classifications of Penicillium chrysogenum species can be described in details. As this happens, Penicillium chrysogenum is a unique fungus that is involved in the production of antibiotic penicillins, which can save many lives in this world. It's also reproduced by spores, grows well in the damp conditions, and is crucial to the biotechnology and medicines. Its value in the biodiversity and the role that fungi play in our life that are emphasized by its contributions to the economy and ecosystem.